The Complete Yokai Chronicles tales of the supernatural across time. When forgotten, terror reawakens. 1. Wanyudo, the mysterious wanderer of the seashore. Another source of horror associated with the Japanese coastlines is the Wanyudo, typically seen carrying a large ring on its back. This yokai roams the night beaches with its eerie presence. Originally thought to be the transformed spirit of a monk, the intense resentment harbored by the spirit takes the form of Wanyudo. Those who witness this spectral figure can scarcely endure its intense psychological pressure, sometimes resulting in mental afflictions. Areas where Wanyudo appears frequently report unexplained accidents and disappearances, making it a greatly feared entity among locals. 2. Itamomen, the guiding spirit of the wind. Itamomen is a spectral entity that soars through the night sky, carried by the wind. Its form resembles a long white strip of cloth about 10 meters long, yet it is far from ordinary fabric. Possessing a will of its own, it drifts effortlessly through the air, moving with an eerie, sentient grace. For centuries, tales of Itamomen have spoken of its sudden appearances before travelers. Its intentions remain unpredictably times. It serves as a guide, leading the lost to the right path, while at others, it misleads them into confusion. Such stories may carry a deeper meaning, reminding wanderers to trust their intuition and wisdom, rather than relying too much on uncertain signs. Furthermore, because Itamomen is often seen on nights when the wind howls through the land, it has become associated with nature's omens, sometimes appearing as a harbinger of great changes or impending events. Those who witness this ethereal being often react with both awe and fear. Whether its presence signifies good fortune or a forewarning is said to depend on the time and place of its appearance. Thus, a traveler who encounters Itamomen must not simply succumb to fear, but carefully discern its arrival's meaning. Elusive and enigmatic, this spectral fabric remains a legend, passed down through generations. Even now, as the night winds whisper through the darkened roads, Itamomen continues to drift silently above, watching over those who journey beneath the moonlit sky. Invisible forces manifest visible terrors. 3. Kitsunebi Foxfire, the mysterious flame that beckons to the otherworld. Foxfire, known as Kitsunebi in Japan, is a mystical flame said to be lit by foxes. Numerous legends about it exist across the country. In ancient times, it was believed to be a supernatural manifestation of fox spirits, serving to bewilder travelers and lead them astray. The flickering light, often described as a pale blue glow, is said to appear in graveyards and forests and along old, abandoned roads. The true nature of foxfire remains a mystery, with various explanations offered throughout history. Some say it is the result of a fox's breath igniting. Others claim it is sparked by foxes striking their tails together. Another tale suggests it is the fire from burning horse bones. Some believe it originates from a magical, luminous orb possessed by fox spirits, known also as the fox's lantern or fox's torch. This eerie phenomenon casts an ethereal glow upon the darkened nightscape. One of the most famous legends is that of the Kitsune no Yomeri, or fox's wedding procession. Countless foxfires line up in a solemn, otherworldly march, said to lead to a realm beyond human comprehension. As time passed, scientific interpretations emerged. Some propose that foxfire could be attributed to the spontaneous combustion of phosphine gas, Others suggest it results from natural bioluminescence. Yet, even with such rational explanations, the allure of foxfire remains untouched. It is still regarded as a gateway to the unknown. At Oji Narijinja Shrine in Edo era, it was believed that on New Year's Eve, foxes from all across the Kanto region would gather to receive their ranks. Their foxfires would illuminate the night. Villagers would watch the flow of these lights, divining the fortune of the coming harvest. Caught between science and faith, between legend and reality, foxfire continues to flicker quietly in the darkness. It whispers of a world beyond our own. 4. Karakasa Obake, the spirit of the forgotten umbrella. Emerging from the neglected corners of old homes, the Karakasa Obake is a whimsical yet eerie yokai born from an abandoned umbrella. At night, it springs to life, gaining a single watchful eye and a nimble leg, flitting about under the cover of darkness. Most active during the rainy season, this umbrella spirit delights in surprising the unwary. Rooted in the belief that all objects can embody a spirit if overlooked, the Karakasa Obake serves as a reminder of what happens when the mundane is forgotten. Its encounters, though harmless, are said to leave an unforgettable impression, occasionally even considered a sign of looming luck or misfortune. Misfortune strikes when least expected. 5. Inugami, the cursed spirit of the loyal doll. Inugami is one of the most infamous spirit possessions in Japanese folklore. It has been particularly feared in the rural regions of southwestern Chugoku, Shikoku, and Kyushu. Families that wielded the power of Inugami were known as Inugami possession or Inugami blood, and they were both respected and dreaded by those around them. What makes Inugami especially terrifying is that it can be artificially created. Several gruesome methods have been passed down through generations, but the most well-known involves burying a starving dog up to its neck, leaving only its head above the ground. A ball of rice is placed just out of its reach, and the owner whispers a chilling promise: "Obey my commands, and you shall be worshipped as a god." Then the dog's head is severed, its spirit bound to serve its master. Another method describes forcing dogs to fight to the death, with the victor being decapitated and its spirit enslaved. Though often invisible, Inugami is sometimes described as a small creature no larger than a rat or a weasel. Other accounts depict it as a mole or a dog-like entity. In an old book, it is portrayed as a beast with a long, slender body and short legs. Some encyclopedia shows it as a black dog draped in a monk's robe, while another illustrates it as a dog clad in hunting attire. Possession by Inugami is said to bring fever, severe stomach pain, and sudden fits, during which the afflicted act like rabid dogs. No ordinary doctor could cure them. Only a powerful shaman could perform the exorcism, known as Tsukimono-otoshi, and exorcisms. In Tokushima Prefecture, those possessed by Inugami reportedly developed an insatiable hunger, and upon death, bite marks resembling a dog's teeth were found on their bodies. Inugami was also known to haunt livestock, causing cattle and horses to suffer inexplicable pain, or even attach itself to tools like saws, rendering them useless. Feared as a vengeful spirit, yet coveted for the supernatural power it bestowed, Inugami remained a double-edged sword. It could bring wealth and influence to its master, but at the cost of unimaginable cruelty and an unbreakable curse. 6. Shibitotsuki, the possessed corpse, a feast of the resurrected dead. Long ago, in a remote village of Uai County, a farmer succumbed to a prolonged illness and drew his final breath. Before summoning a priest, his family set up a folding screen around his body and offered flowers in mourning. Yet, that night, the unthinkable occurred. The dead man suddenly rose to his feet and leaped into the sitting room. His eyes were wide open, his mouth spewing incomprehensible words as he thrashed about like a madman. His wife and children trembled in terror, while the village men rushed to restrain him, but the corpse possessed an unnatural strength, so great that it dragged them across the room, and continued its frenzied rampage. To the horror of all, the dead man ate rice, drank sake, and moved ceaselessly day and night, yet his body was undeniably lifeless. After 2 days, decay set in. A putrid stench filled the house, and blackened fluids oozed from his mouth and eyes, painting a grotesque image of death in motion. Something must have possessed him. Desperate for salvation, the family summoned priests and mountain monks to perform exorcisms. Incantations and prayers were chanted, but nothing worked. The corpse continued its rampage, destroying the home while howling for more food, more sake. At last, the family, consumed by fear, sealed the doors and abandoned the house. They would peek inside from time to time, only to witness the relentless corpse slamming against the walls, groaning and shrieking. Then, one fateful day, silence fell. Upon opening the door, they found the corpse sprawled on the floor, motionless at last. Has it finally ended? Believing the spirit had departed, the villagers buried the body at last. But why had the dead man risen? Why had he raged against the living? No one could say. The truth was buried along with him, left to fester in the dark, unanswered for eternity. Across the land, unknown terrors stir. 7. The specter of the rat, a haunting allegory. In the era when the plague ravaged the land, rats were feared and hunted. Their value was set at 5 sen, that is 55 cents, per head. But desperation drove them into a corner, so they took on new forms. Thus was born the legend of Legends of Yokai, the specter of the rat. This yokai stands on 2 legs, its posture almost comical. Yet, beneath its guise, its nature remains unchanged. With sharp teeth, it steals and gnaws. However, not all of its kind possess the same bite. Those with the weakest teeth gnaw at their parents' shins. Those with a slightly stronger bite sink their teeth into their masters' homes. And those who grow even sharper feast upon the wealth of the nation. They consume the sweat and blood of the people, devouring even scholarship, religion, and morality itself. Yet, for all their knowing, they never savor the taste. They crave profit, but fail to comprehend its true meaning. The writer Umibozu lamented how such creatures have multiplied in modern society. The specter of the rat is a scathing satire. It is a condemnation of those who consume others for their gain. They devour the very fabric of society, without ever understanding the costs. Secrets are hidden deep within the mists. 8. Shokuin, the mysterious mountain god, who controls day and night. In the ancient myths of China, Shokuin is an awe-inspiring mountain god of immense scale. This divine being possesses a terrifying ability. When its eyes are open, the world is bathed in daylight. When they close, darkness descends. Even more astonishing, its very breath gives birth to the 4 seasons and commands the winds. Shokuin does not eat or drink, nor does it breathe like ordinary beings. Yet, when it exhales, the world feels its breath as a mighty wind. Its form is as majestic as it is enigmatic. a radiant red face with the body of a colossal dragon, said to stretch for 1,000 li, that is 3,927 kilometers. Shokuin is a divine dragon with a human visage, possessing eyes that are vertically split like a serpent's. It does not require food or sleep. When its eyes close, the world is swallowed by darkness. When they open, light floods the earth once more. Ancient texts also speak of a mysterious stone atop Mount Zhong, shaped like a human head. According to legend, its left eye is the sun, and its right eye is the moon. When these eyes open, day and night are born. The very movement of its mouth dictates the seasons. When its mouth opens, spring and summer awaken. When it closes, autumn and winter take hold. Shokuin is not merely a myth, but a fundamental force within the cosmic order. The world moves at the rhythm of its eyes, and the breath of this mystical dragon dictates the changing of the seasons. Even today, echoes of its legend ripple through countless myths and traditions, a testament to its enduring power and mystery. The vanished yokai leave behind their tails. 9. Umibozu, the gigantic phantom of the sea. Umibozu is a legendary sea spirit found in coastal folklore across Japan. While its appearance and nature vary by region, it is often depicted as a massive, jet-black entity capable of capsizing ships, towering up to Tenjo, approximately 30 meters in height. It emerges suddenly before sailors, striking fear into their hearts, similar to Funayure, ghostly spirits of drowned sailors. Umibozu is said to demand a ladle from those aboard. If an unfortunate sailor hands one over, the creature scoops seawater into the boat, sinking it. However, folklore suggests that giving it a ladle with a hole in the bottom can outsmart the creature, preventing disaster. The descriptions of Umibozu vary. Some portray it as a colossal, dark-skinned humanoid, while others liken it to a monstrous, soft-shelled turtle with a human face. In Miyagi Prefecture, tales speak of a beautiful woman who lures sailors into a swimming contest, revealing her true form only when it's too late. Meanwhile, in Ehime Prefecture, an Umibozu is said to have disguised itself as a masseur to murder a hunter's wife. Despite its fearsome reputation, some regions view sightings of Umibozu as an omen of longevity. In Nakajima of Ehime Prefecture, those who have seen the creature are believed to live long lives. Once dreaded by coastal villagers, Umibozu has become increasingly rare due to advancements in fishing technology, leading to fewer reported encounters. While this has contributed to safer seas, the decline of Umibozu sightings has also meant a loss of cultural heritage, as stories and traditions surrounding the spirit fade. Even so, in some areas, it is still honored as a guardian of the sea. Umibozu has also been frequently depicted in Edo-period artwork. It rises from turbulent waves while it sits upon a ship in the rain. Some illustrated scroll of monsters even features a version with fin-like appendages, suggesting that the creature was perceived as a beast of terror and an enigmatic being entwined with the ocean itself. To this day, Umibozu remains a figure of mystery, sometimes a harbinger of doom, sometimes a mystical presence lurking in the collective memory of the sea. 10. The Spider Son Gumomusko, the deformed divine child born in the mountains. In the remote region of Tono of Iwate Prefecture, a strange and eerie tale has been passed down through generations. A poor father and his daughter lived together in a humble home. The mother had long passed away, leaving the father to toil in the fields. while the daughter gathered firewood and wild greens from the mountains to sustain their meager existence. One spring, when the daughter turned 13, she was in the mountains collecting greens, when a gorgeous young man appeared before her. "What do you do here every day?" he asked. "I sell these greens in town to buy rice," she replied. "Then allow me to buy them at the same price." "Come here every day," the young man said. From that day on, they met daily. After 10 days, the young man spoke again. "Daughter, you are already carrying my child. But I am no human. I am a spider." With those words, he transformed into a massive spider and vanished into the darkness. Trembling, the girl returned home and confessed everything to her father. "If you are told to bear the child, then you must do so with care," the father said, accepting their fate. Encouraged by her father's words, the daughter gave birth to a son. But the child was neither fully human nor fully beast. His upper body was that of a human, but he bore the form of a spider from the waist down. Unable to step into the outside world, the son made a request. "Please carve a hole in the floor for me. I want to work from there." Moved by pity, his grandfather granted his wish. From within the hole, with only his human half visible, the spider's son began crafting intricate wooden carvings. Children from the village took his works home, and soon grateful families began offering rice and money in return. Over time, his skill grew, and he began carving sacred statues and telling fortunes, earning deep reverence from the people. One year, the daughter of a wealthy noble fell gravely ill. No medicine could cure her. Then, the spider's son spoke. "Fetch the clear water that springs from the crevices of the mountain rocks, and have her drink it." Many scoffed at his words, but when they followed his advice, they found the very spring he described. The noble's daughter drank the water and miraculously, she was healed. From then on, the spider's son's reputation spread far and wide, and the once poor family became wealthy beyond measure. Such is the tale of the deformed divine child born in the mountains, a story of fate, mystery, and quiet reverence.